What?
Okay.
We're back!
Back again.
Welcome to part 2 of this episode of my other podcast.
Mopias.
Is a shoe. Of course, it wouldn't be that without Piper's foghorn.
What if I told you that I would get you level 32 before we finish this topic?
Sure, dude. Why not?
Wait, is that a Morpheus meme? What if I told you?
What if I told you?
You haven't seen the Morpheus meme?
I've seen them. I haven't seen that one.
It's just him with his glasses and like it's all "What if I told you" memes.
Yes, I haven't seen that one though. That I could get you to.
Oh,
Were you doing the Morpheus?
I'm making them up as I go. Yeah.
I get it. Baited's back.
We're not quite that technical yet. We're getting there. I mean, I have my computer here, but it's all over there.
We're not good.
We're actually rebooting our podcast here. Normally we do an audio podcast, and that isn't usually going on. So yeah,
There was a drum set in one.
there was a drum set for a while. That was fun.
We're all kinds of fucking novelty.
True. I could bring up the Twitch, but I mean,
Oh wait, actually I can bring up Twitch. I think
do we need a? I mean, we're talking to you.
we are talking to you. Do you need us to chat back and forth or nay?
I mean, I feel like this conversation's working.
Yeah, air horns OP.
It's kind of slow because of the delay, but I think this is still kind of working. Although, if you want, Piper is going to bring up the chat. Are you logged into FOP or your personal account?
I don't know if I have a personal account.
Oh, jeez.
Log in as
Just an idea.
Fab.
Fab.
Okay.
Is it just FFOP or just?
Yeah, it's Fistful Potions is the full name. I can't do Vanguard Rock, Chris. You're too low level. Oh, whoa. I think I'm buying DLC.
Don't buy DLC.
Do it for $20.
I don't have any money.
Oh, you can't do Vanguard Rock because it's DLC.
What if I told you that I don't own the DLC?
Wait, baited OP good or OP bad?
Okay, well, we're going to do Crucible then. Because that's... Fudge. Fudge'ems, Chris.
Fudge packers.
I'm sorry.
Just...
Anyway, Ryan, what was your thing about games? Vitas?
What was your thing about Vittles? Vittles.
Alright, so...
Yes, you think it's funny because it's the best thing ever.
Damn it.
Positive reinforcement.
Before we continue on, though, I just want to bring something on why Ryan Reynolds is the best person to play Deadpool.
Oh, great.
Well,
Somebody
how many
tweeted at
reasons
him.
do you need? Just say Ryan Reynolds is the best Deadpool. I think everybody
Somebody
agrees.
tweeted at him, I really want to know how you breathe in that costume. And Ryan Reynolds tweeted back at them, he breathes through his penis. Everyone knows that. Please read the comics before posting.
Pretty good. I like that. Channel.
He's definitely getting into character.
Lure. No, wait, it's not there. How do I get there? The clown has no penis.
he was Green Lantern. That makes him the best Deadpool,
Welcome
as
to
Beta
the
says.
chat room.
What are your qualifications for Deadpool? I was Green Lantern. You're in.
All right. But were you also Deadpool? Aye.
He played Deadpool as Green Lantern as Deadpool.
Did he not also play Deadpool?
He was sort of. He was Wade.
He was a version of a Deadpool.
He wasn't Deadpool because the Deadpool
He was just
was
Wade.
He was just Wade.
And then they turned him
weird
into
ass-
the Deadpool
The
at the end of the
Deadpool.
movie. Did you know
Is that what it was? They turned him into the Deadpool at the end of the movie
Did
when
you
he had
know?
that weird ass laser.
Did you know that is not actually Ryan Reynolds at the end of the movie?
Yeah.
It's just a stunt double
Oh.
with
So-
his face. Because
That's creepy.
Ryan Reynolds just did the beginning of that movie and that was it.
And he gave him his face.
You're gonna take his face?
We are still talking about comic books.
We are. Anyway, let's get off comic books.
Do we
What's
still want
next?
to talk about comic books?
No.
Potent potables.
Potent potables. A petite déjeuner.
I'll take that 8-tit one.
I'll take 8-tit for 300 Alex.
Okay.
It's not 8-tit. No, never mind. Moving on to Final Jeopardy.
We're supposed to be talking about the future of
Potent portables.
potent portables. David, of portable gaming consoles. The last time we talked about the Vita and
What's the Vita?
The lawsuit that was going around the Vita and kind of the future bit of just the Vita specifically, but this time we're going to talk about just portable gaming as a whole on the generals.
On the whole.
On the whole of generals.
You know, I think Preparation H feels pretty good on the whole.
That's what the podcast should have been, or this episode, on the whole of generals.
So, all right. So, where do you guys think? Okay, so I don't even know where to begin with this.
Firebase Delphi. Know thyself.
Chris, I need your help.
That's a smart joke.
You're just surfing the web on your phone.
Okay, I'm done.
I'm waiting on chat. I'm trying to see if this works.
Okay.
I'm doing something relevant.
All right. So I had a conversation today with a friend of mine, and we were discussing like the future of portable consoles, and he brought up a really interesting point.
Okay.
I don't know if it's a good point or if it's a bad point yet because I haven't really fleshed it out in my head, and that's why I wanted to talk about it with you guys to kind of get a better idea of what's going on.
Just say it, baby.
He was suggesting that tablets will take over as portable gaming consoles, and that we will just kind of stop having portable gaming consoles altogether. There will be no 3DS, there will be no Vita. You will just stream via PlayStation Now to your tablet and use a Bluetooth controller on your tablet, or you play Super Mario Brothers on your smartphone.
But how will Nintendo do it?
Nintendo has already announced that they're going to be bringing their characters or their things to this is really hard to do, by the way. to mobile devices. So, as far as like what that means, we don't really know yet. Like, does that mean we're gonna get a Bejeweled Yoshi game, or is Dr. Mario coming and that's it?
Nice.
Where do you guys see? Like, okay, my argument has always been that
they'll never forsake console, right? Like
I do think that
they won't relegate all their games to phones. You don't think they'll do?
No,
they'll still have it.
I don't think. I think that's where we're heading eventually.
Okay.
To tablets.
Eventually, the future is not necessarily just tablets, but devices that can stream over the internet.
So it'd be like a controller for them now, like with a screen on it, that you can use still with the regular console, but then you take it away and it's port. You can play digital games on it.
That was the rumor for the next Nintendo console.
Ah.
So there's a rumor that dropped last year, 2 years ago now.
That's the next logical change.
That Nintendo is creating a console/handheld thing where you're at home, your console's doing most of the computing. You're playing a game on the TV with the handheld as a controller, and then when you want to go, you take it with you, and it's a controller. So, or it's a handheld system. It's got two screens on it, just like the DS, whatever.
Yes, there's the terminal and
the terminal and the handheld docking, whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Ew.
As far as Nintendo going full blown, straight up mobile gaming, I don't think we're going to see that for a long, long time.
Sure.
So one of the things that he pitted, that he kind of like just floored me with, was just, okay, what if you could only play Super Mario Brothers on a tablet? Would you play Super Mario Brothers on a tablet? If that was the only place. There was no 3DS. There was no DS. It was just like, if you're out and about and you want to play Mario Brothers, New Super Mario Brothers, or New Super Mario Brothers is available on the iPhone, and that's where it is now. Like, would you play it there?
I think you would have to, and I think enough people would.
But would you, though? Like, have you played a platformer on...
Would I, like, on a tablet or on with the shitty interface?
No.
I would not. I don't even play the games I love, like Mario RPG, emulated with that shitty thing on my iPhone, even though I could, or on my Android now, but... Those are games that I love, and I get a fix for them. I can't say this legally, can I? I did something to a system that is portable to get those games on what would not normally possibly be on that system, and I play it there to avoid having to play it on that shitty phone interface.
Right.
That is what I did. I would not. I think enough people, like, there's a big enough generation that would play stuff like that on the... Because the next generation, think about it, they're all coming up on the phone. That's how they play their games a lot of the time. Cut the rope, doodle jump.
Okay, and that's something he brought up as well, because he has a kid, and he was saying that his kid would rather play on his tablet than on his Vita or his DS or anything like that. And
that kid is going to get older, though.
There's a generation gap happening that we're different. You know, like, we grew up when portable gaming consoles require AA batteries.
Right.
You know, like, this is completely different. We have
just like our dildos.
I feel like
we have to acknowledge that. It's
You do have to
different
acknowledge
now.
that, but I do feel like there are certain things that are good for a mobile device and certain things that are not. The mobile market is so big. The reason why it is because there are games that feel well in a mobile market. Like games like Cut the Rope and that kind of stuff with like the touch interface. They're quick, they're simple, you can play them on the go, you can play them in between whatever you're doing. That's fantastic for a mobile market. Certain games like a Mario game maybe could be extended to that, but I feel like Mario is more of a sit down for 15-20 minutes play, not sit down for 5-6 minutes play.
It's okay.
Looks like baited shares are,
I will,
or at least my opinion, when we play Mario
I'll
anymore.
play devil's advocate on that and say that unlike self-proclaimed for you, I actually play my portable game systems out on the go, whereas you typically sit
I
them
do
at
sometimes.
home.
I typically sit at home and play my game.
But most of the time I play them out on the go. So there are a lot of times where I played New Super Mario Bros. 2, and on Super Mario Bros. 2 they have that the coin rush mode, and in the coin rush mode those take like a couple of minutes.
Yeah, and there are exceptions. Like I said, there
Yeah.
are definitely exceptions to that rule. But
And I played a lot of my
throw
Mario
this
that
back
way.
at you. As an RPG fan and a Square Enix for, I purchased Dragon Quest 1 and 2 for the Android,
Yeah.
off the Android market.
Dragon Warrior?
What
is essentially Dragon Warrior?
It is Dragon Warrior.
On your phone?
Yes. So.
Do you play it?
No. Because, let me show you why. One, you have to connect to the internet no matter where you go.
Whoa.
It's got always online.
They don't download it, you have to be
Two.
online like Wi-Fi to play it.
What the fuck?
I'm doing a little jig right now.
Chris is dancing.
So,
I want that overlay music.
and I lost my save thing, but I'm going to name my new character
Schmackendorf.
Piper.
Piper. It's a good name.
He will be named Piper, and it will be so. Here's the reason why I don't like it. One, it's vertical. You have to play the phone holding it vertical. You cannot hold it horizontal.
Ew, and they retouched it with graphics.
It's based on the Game Boy Color ports, so it is a little bit enhanced. You do tap along to get your stuff like you would normally in a JRPG.
Right.
But this is the full RPG game. I don't want to play an RPG like this on my phone. That and then it's, look, check it out. You have to use this shitty, stupid, touch, gross.
Yeah, that's the thing I hate right there. That's awful.
So
See, this is a type of experience of a game that I would not want to play on a mobile market.
So let's address the elephant in the room with this. Then is that video games live or die based off of their controls. So there are certain games that work with motion controls, and there are certain games that don't work with motion controls. So how many Call of Duty games, how many Halo games are made for the Kinect?
How many what games?
Call of Duty, Halo, first-person shooters. How many first-person shooters do we have for the Kinect?
None.
Can you name a first-person shooter for the Kinect?
No.
Can you name anything even remotely
Wait,
close
well,
to
no.
a first-person shooter?
I can name you a first-person shooter that they... Well, no, I don't know if I can name it, but I know they were trying to mess around with stuff with the Kinect on it, which was that fucking...
Point proven, anyways.
Yeah. Okay, it wasn't Rainbow Six, it was the other one. That they did the thing where you could explode the gun and then mess with the parts, pull it away, and stuff on the Kinect.
Developers develop to their console.
Right.
So whatever works on their console, they'll develop that type of game on that console because it works, because people like to play it, because it's more fun that way.
Kinect doesn't work.
It works with dancing games.
Sure.
It's phenomenal with dancing games. And that's why most of the market for the Kinect are dancing games.
Sure.
So, that being said, with touch interfaces work well with Fruit Ninja, with Candy Crush, with
Cut the road,
simple
doodle jump,
games,
anything, yeah.
puzzle games.
That's Fistful of Potions down there makes a good point. They say, fuck ever playing a game that's not Flappy Bird on a phone.
So, games like the platformer just would die off altogether if
This is
we didn't have.
the point of the platformer being
Kick
on
that
there.
person in the face in midair. It's
You've
fucking
had
amazing.
You've had experience with this as well. You downloaded Sonic the Hedgehog, the original one for phone.
On a phone?
Yes.
Did it work?
Define work.
Did it work?
The game ran
as well?
correctly.
Was the
Did it
A button responsive enough for you to complete the levels without frustration?
No.
There's the point. there are games like that maybe they have quick levels. Sonic's all about speed. You're supposed to finish levels as fast as possible without dying.
Yeah.
But that doesn't necessarily make up the entire mobile gaming experience.
So, Sonic makes sense on portables or on tablet devices as an endless runner.
Yes.
Because endless runners are good, and there is a Sonic endless runner.
That is a platformer that does work on a mobile device. It's an endless runner, because all you're doing is timing taps.
It's basically just Temple Run with a skin.
Exactly.
Right.
But it works because I'm playing as Sonic, and instead of getting little medallions, I'm getting coins that go bing, 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 bing.
I'm just saying, if you made a temple run that didn't turn left every time you tapped to turn left, that would be imminently frustrating. Like, I would put the game down forever.
Right.
Yeah, it's too bad. Like, if the A button doesn't work for Sonic to jump when I need him to jump, that game's
it's like having
done
a
for me.
busted Sega controller.
Yes.
You've been playing with Cheetos too much. All the guns got the buttons, and now the buttons don't work.
I don't know. That never happened for me. What are we?
Once.
He sounded like the jilted words of experience.
It got in there, they got sticky, then the A button stopped working, I couldn't play Sonic.
Are we still talking about Cheetos?
Yes.
So tablets... Okay.
Hyper, you're a sick man.
Yes.
The other thing
I'm
about...
a wicked man who's done wicked acts.
The other thing about tablets is that the game design philosophy for tablets has turned into the arcade. What we used to understand of how you design a game in the arcade didn't work on home gaming consoles, so that philosophy went completely out the window. No longer could you charge by the coin, by the life. At home, you had to design games differently. Sega learned this the hard way when they started putting all their arcade games on the Genesis, and people were just like, these games are cool, but they're really short.
Right.
And there's not whole lot of content to them. And Sega was like, oh crap.
Sega was like,
Let's
yeah,
make
but you
Sonic.
don't have to pay 50 quarters, you asshole.
Exactly. You just have to pay $50.
Like
Wait,
you used,
that's a lot of quarters.
Hold on.
Let me do the math. Like, I don't do the math on the quarters.
Yeah, but you never have to spend another quarter again.
Right. But you
on,
could have...
say, Double Dragon.
Yeah. No.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
so...
have to play enough of that to justify you spending all the quarters on it in the first place.
So did.
So, anyways, the arcade died, and then it got resurrected when smartphone games started to become popular, because that's the way it works. It's pay to play.
Yeah.
There are a lot of games that are free, but if you want to do more, you got to add some quarters into it.
200 quarters and never pay again.
Yeah.
I got my money's worth.
Although I probably put way more than 200 quarters in the Street Fighter. Just
Exactly.
saying.
I put more than $200 into fucking Dungeons and Dragons, the Shadows over Mystara.
I don't even want to know what the statistics are for my quarters into a Street Fighter.
No.
tournament.
I spent possibly, I'm going to say thousands of my parents' quarters
How many parents' quarters?
in what was it? Sunrise Mall. Tilt.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I spent so many in Soul Calibur.
The Greenback theaters. I was there.
Transcending history and the
Yeah.
world. A
Tilted
tale
Floor.
of souls and swords,
What-
eternally retold.
Somebody's played Soul Calibur before. Jeez, it's just like I'm there.
Dude, I was straight up all about Soul Calibur 2 on the GameCube. With
Not enough. That was my favorite one. Not enough, Link.
Oh, Link.
No, that was
Link?
Maxie or Keelik.
Oh,
That was
Jesus.
Keelik. Not enough.
Keelik is so cheap.
Still,
You are.
No,
Anyway,
You're cheap.
we're not getting into Soul Calibur.
no, we're not.
Soul Calibur talk.
So,
So,
You really-
200
So
quarters and
basically,
never
what
pay
you're saying
again.
is that the arcade movement has had a revival
The
under
arcade movement-
the mobile movement.
it has a complete revival in the mobile movement, and the games that made sense
Hell yeah,
in the
Sunflash.
arcade make sense in the mobile space. So, you got games like what would be a good example? Well, actually, here's some irony of it. Mobile games are turning into whatever the current arcade games are. There's an arcade game for Fruit Ninja.
Right.
There's an arcade game for Doodle Jump.
For Doodle Jump. For that new Pac-Man, whatever.
Yeah, so like it's
Pac-Man 4-player multi-off.
it's completely, and it's obviously there. So where does Mario go? Where does Fire Emblem go? Where does all of the games that we traditional gamers like to play on a portable console? Do we just only play them on
Nice.
home consoles?
I don't think this question is going to actually have to come up for at least the next generation or two of portable devices. I don't think we're there yet. Like, it is slowly starting to happen. We are starting to see the beginnings of it. But I don't think gaming on a mobile platform all the time necessarily, in terms of like the mobile experience, will happen for a long, long while. I think you've still got a few.
I think anybody who thinks this is the end of times with Nintendo finally giving in and putting their
No, that's
characters
dumb.
on a portable or on a
Their-
tablet device,
No.
Yeah.
it's not even close to the end of
I
times.
can guarantee you that Nintendo's probably has at least their next 2 handheld iterations planned out.
The other thing you have to
Right.
consider,
Projected, at least.
you have to consider too, is you have to consider that the future projection doesn't always pan out the same way as we think it does. Because at this point in time, we should be driving flying cars.
This is true.
You know what I mean? Like, think about
Where are my automatic lace-up Nikes, Ryan?
well, think about
That was
My
this year.
hoverboards. That was this year.
think about NASA. Like,
Where's Jaws 9?
think about how many years it took for us to go from actually creating a plane to actually flying out into space, right? And then the time it takes from when we were in 1969 to now. You would think, oh, we should have colonized the moon by now.
Sure, yeah.
Mars, we should have planets terraformed.
Things change, and it doesn't always progress the same way that we think
No,
it
it
will.
doesn't.
So there's sound reason to believe that the
Dang.
portable games.
That guy shot you in the nuts.
Looks like Beta is local unless there's a Sunsplash in, say, Utah or...
I think there's sunsplashes around.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, there are other factors to think about, like, you also have to think about that most parents don't want their kids to have phones and such, which isn't neccerily true.
It's
Kids are
not
getting
necessarily
phones
changing
younger
now.
and younger, but a lot of times there are those things like, I don't want my kid to have an app phone,
Yeah.
like they can take apps off. If you don't have apps, you can't play Doodle Jump, Cut the Rope, whatever, but there is a huge, like we were talking about before, huge tablet market for that. I know several kids, even my nephews, have that tablet constantly going with, like, any number of stupid dragon games or something that's just the dumbest thing you've ever seen. I will not play. But hella kids have those. Like, people buy tablets almost specifically for their kids. Like, I'm gonna get an Asus so that my kid will leave me alone or whatever like that.
Right.
And they put them on, this game for
I've had
2
people
hours or
come up
whatever.
to me
Like,
at work and specifically ask about tablets just so they don't have to buy a gaming machine.
yeah.
Because they don't
they have
think
all
it's a game.
those-
Oh, it's got other uses too besides just gaming. Like,
So the other thing that he brought up too was PlayStation Now. PlayStation Now, you can stream PlayStation 3 games to your PS4, to your Vita, to a tablet, to Sony-approved TVs. You just need a controller, and you can play God of War 3.
Yeah. I think actually that what's going to change this is how they want to direct the company. These companies want to direct the future of like what they offer.
Well,
Like, do they want to put it on tablet? Do they want to focus it on tablet? Do they want to?
the point that I'm driving out of this is, in order for that to be successful,
Sure.
you need a solid internet connection wherever you are.
That's true.
How many kids are just sitting there in the shopping cart playing video games? Road trip to grandma's,
Right.
playing video games.
Although they have now cars or SUVs with mobile Wi-Fi, like the Wi-Fi spot.
True, but
So
if we're going to talk about the 1%, we could just stop talking about this whole
that's
conversation.
true. Who do you think games?
Just the 1%.
The one. The correct answer was the 1%'s fucking snot-nosed 3-year-old.
Right.
That's
video
your
games,
game.
I hate always connected stuff.
So did everybody who bought SimCity.
So did everybody who almost bought an Xbox One.
Right. Until Phil Spencer said it wasn't that way anymore.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Hey, guys.
The always connected stuff isn't convenient enough unless they assume that you're going to always be home. But that's not
always
going
have a connection wherever you're going.
Yeah, like, oh man, I'm on my way to either McDonald's or Starbucks, and otherwise I'm fucked.
And then we also have to, like, if we're going to talk about like gaming on the go or mobile gaming, we have to talk about, is it going to progress into streaming stuff? Are we going to own things anymore? Are we going to download things anymore?
I don't think we're going to own any form of media here in the future. Like, actual ownership of
Give it a call.
things that are copied.
How many years?
Like, basically,
15.
Okay.
like basically we're going to have Netflix for everything.
Yep.
So
Everything.
yeah, it makes sense. I mean, a lot of people do that.
I mean,
And
to
it's
be
going
honest,
to be up to content providers to reach out to other content providers such as Netflix to get that content.
Yeah.
From people who subscribe to them.
I've already kind of switched over that way with most of my entertainment medium. I don't buy music anymore. I don't buy movies anymore.
Right. Also, baited, if you hate the always connected stuff, it stands to reason you never bought SimCity or an Xbox One.
Right.
I'm not surprised you own neither of those things, especially if you had found out beforehand, like on the marketing, like done some research, and they said, "Oh yeah, get SimCity, but you always have to be online." Nope, fuck that.
Out.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He is right, by the way.
What?
On his Steam comment, you own licenses to the games that you buy to download and stuff as long as your account is understanding.
Yeah.
Because you bought those licenses with a Steam account.
Right.
Therefore, if you violate the Steam terms of services, you make your licenses null and void. So if your account gets banned, all those licenses get banned.
Does that work with the other ones, like your Origin and Desiro and stuff?
Origin, PSN, Xbox.
Okay.
Nintendo hasn't switched over to it yet, but
it's
basically worse with Nintendo because Nintendo still ties their stuff to serial numbers.
Right.
So somebody comes and steals your console, and you're just like, I just bought a new Wii U. Where's all my stuff? What's your old console's serial number? I don't have it. Well, you got to buy all that stuff.
If history is any indicator, Nintendo's going to stay that way. They're not going to move into the future.
And it's just like ironic that we're talking about this with Nintendo, who is pushing their stuff to the mobile market, but they're so far behind in terms of connectivity to that kind of stuff.
They are, but at this point, like the reality of this is, it's going to be simple stuff. It's going to be.
I agree with you, sir.
Same here, yeah.
Transferring shit between the 3DS is fucking joke.
Yes, quite.
I lost everything and didn't give a fuck when I got my last 3DS.
You know what?
When
you and me were doing this, and I got my next 3DS and I upgraded, and I was just like, oh crap, I've only got 4 left. I had 2 left at the time of my new 3DS. I actually got rid of the limit.
Yeah.
Because people were buying the limited editions and switching over.
Yeah, I don't. It makes sense. Well, why would you put a limit on something like that if you want people to just continue to buy all your crazy special edition versions of your console?
Right. I lost all my shit on the 3DS, puzzle pieces and everything, and the only thing I could say was...
I don't know. I don't think it's going to get there quite yet. I don't think we're going to see that. Plus, Nintendo is major hardware.
I see a future where both of these things still exist. Like, you're going to have stuff like a resurgence of Dr. Mario on iPhones. That's a perfect home for that. There's a very small demographic of people who would get excited for Dr. Mario on a 3DS. But with the advent of things like Candy Crush and Bejeweled and stuff like that on smartphones, like puzzle stuff.
No, it was another Klaxon baited.
You put Dr. Mario on a phone, people will lose their beans over that.
They can't, because that's a perfect phone game.
Exactly.
So, I mean, doing it technically years and years before Bejeweled ever was.
Exactly.
They invented the game technically, but
they see Mario.
They got a point with this. Like for such an innovative company, there's such a lack of innovation, possibly, or maybe just they're unwilling to copy because you have to have 2 devices next to each other in order to transfer the material from one of the. You can't just link accounts or whatever like that, which would be, I think other things can do.
They just don't they haven't caught up with the account-based thing. Like we have Nintendo network IDs,
right?
But they haven't made it so that you can transfer or buy content.
Well, just think about
if I buy something on the 3DS eShop, it's not on my account; it's on my 3DS's serial number, which is stupid.
It is stupid. Go back to the internet. They use the internet, sure, but they don't use internet multiplayer. They don't utilize any of that.
Their stance on streaming is another thing.
Their stance on streaming.
They came out and they're just like, we don't understand why people like to watch games.
I don't know, but they do fucking sell it. Yeah.
For the last 3 years, streaming games, Twitch has been around for 5 years, 4 years now?
10.
Has it been 10?
I don't know.
No. But Twitch has been around for what
probably
seems like forever. We're streaming this on Twitch right now, and one person, 2 people are watching.
One person's talking.
You have one of the biggest spectator games ever, Smash Brothers.
Sure.
That thing has in the recent year and a half or so.
That's bold cotton. I'm not gonna let you see how this works out for you because one of the biggest spectator games. I'll give you one of the biggest party games. One of the biggest college dorm room games.
Anyway, it has a bigger following.
Twitch is
over the
about
past year and a half.
3 to 4 years old.
It's got a pretty good following.
Evo, all the hype around Smash 4.
Yeah,
everything.
but at Evo, it's just like the kid who's just like, hey guys, I want to play with you guys. And then the big kids are like, well, you can play over here, I guess.
But it's just like, why wouldn't you want to have that exposed on there? And it's just like, why wouldn't you want to have people streaming your shit so they'd be like, oh man, this Smash game looks awesome.
I see where you're going with this. I'm just like trying to keep your
There's
perspectives.
There's a call
reality.
for it. Still, like the people have requested it. They said like enough people, I would say, have petitioned and said like, "Hey, this should be part of the fighting game thing. It's Nintendo's fighting game. We love playing this." They're like tournaments devoted to this.
Yeah,
thing.
no, I agree that Smash should be. The Smash is Nintendo's fighting game, and among the big fighting games that are available, obviously Street Fighter, for as far as tournaments are concerned, is the big name game.
Sure.
Mortal Kombat's kind of making a resurgence with that. You've got Tekken, Virtual Fighter, like the bigger name games. But Smash could be a contender within that realm. It's just that I don't know. That community has already been so well established without Smash because of Nintendo that it's really going to be hard for them to break into that.
That and then their whole backward stance on people streaming YouTube and putting up money or putting up things with monetizing and all that kind of stuff. That's a whole other issue though. But like that just shows that they're behind the times.
That's what we were talking about. Nintendo not being a fan of people streaming their stuff, but I think you can't. That's kind of telling right there. They have this ownership of their stuff. You kind of give it over to the gamer. Like this becomes the public's.
Well, it's just like that's the stance that a lot of gaming companies have. Like when I forget what I think it was Warner Brothers company was sending out all these copyright infringement things on YouTubers who had it, but the developers of the game were like, "We are not doing this. This is our parent company who owns the music in our game, and they're throwing out copyright things. We want you guys to stream our games. We want you guys to be able to do whatever with it. You bought it, go for it." That kind of thing. Because to them, they're just like, whatever, people are playing our games, and people are watching them play our games, and that's potential revenue right there.
Free advertising.
Right.
It's free advertisement.
They don't seem like they care about the money so much though as they care about the principle or the tradition or whatever.
It's just like you see, like it's a good principle though. You see somebody playing a game and you're just like, all right, I like this person. I've been following them on YouTube for forever. They're playing this new game. It looks really cool. I think I'm gonna go out and buy it.
It's a good principle.
That's a copy of a game purchased by somebody who otherwise wouldn't have.
It's a good principle. It's
like,
not their principle. Though. I think that's the problem.
Nintendo's just like, fuck that. We want money.
Right.
Like. And it's just like, to me, that's just like, you're greedy now. And then the whole stance against streaming, like, we don't want people to see our games.
That's
we don't understand why people would sit there and watch our games. Because your games are fucking fun!
Yeah, that's counterintuitive to their greed, though. Like, it's like, no, we're greedy, we're in this for the money. It's like, no, then you would be streaming and doing as much attention whoring as you possibly can to get, like...
Exactly. Ugh, it's so weird.
To get your game's visibility, to have people... Ensure people are playing your stuff all the time on as much television as there is.
This looks like...
I would think.
Brings up a good point, too. Like, I was concerned when they announced that streaming would be a big part of the Xbox One and the PS4. Like, with Twitch, they were built in natively from the system from pretty much the beginning.
What were you concerned with, though?
I was concerned with everything being taken down, but it's just like, basically, since it was Sony and Microsoft both came out and said, streaming will be a part of our consoles, like, they're there. It's in our operating system, they're built in. Which basically is Sony telling the gaming companies, people are going to stream your games, deal with it.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing, because look at how much exposure certain games are getting, because you can stream them on consoles now. Like, Twitch has gotten bigger just with the last console release for Xbox One and PS4, I would argue, in a way.
Yeah.
And
a bunch more channels, especially with all the games that come out, like, what was it? I watched...
like us. We probably would not be doing this.
Beat of trial.
Obviously, if we couldn't do this natively.
Or on Ustream. Oh, what is this? Spawn kill and BS.
Yeah.
Camping with the freaking rocket launcher?
Call of what now?
Get out. Just get out.
I forgot what we were watching. Get out.
Get out. Yeah, I don't know. This spun into something completely different.
It did. Bring it back.
It's a good. It was been a good thing though. I think we want to discuss it for a while.
With the whole.
We keep talking about it in live.
With the mobile gaming thing though, I don't think it's going to happen yet. Probably within the next 15 years with the whole streaming thing.
What? That we're going to lose 3DS? And
we'll probably lose dedicated systems, most likely, and like everything will be pushed to other.
Flesh that out. What do you mean? So like, just no more Nintendo portable consoles?
Probably most likely.
You think?
Either that or.
Do you think it'll move to tablet though?
This is the thing though. Like, everybody talks about this shift happening, and you can just play games on the go. I think we're going to see a boom in hardware that can handle stuff like that. and then
We've already
you can
seen
play
that.
it. We have seen it, but I think we're going to see unification.
Tablets have way more performance than the portable gaming devices.
But it's just like with
My phone
Nintendo,
from 2 years ago will run circles around a 3DS.
it's true.
So like that's the performance is not a problem. The games they have the problem is the controls, dedicated controls.
Beta dedicated servers are already going away. Why not remove the dedicated console? Because companies want money.
Yeah,
That's the biggest hurdle.
It is they want
because Nintendo wants money. They want to put out a thing that is dedicated. It's a Nintendo 3DS. Everybody knows the 3DS.
and it's all proprietary. They all want that, their system and stuff. How likely do you think it is on a scale from 1 to 10 that they would ever release one unified system that you would just download games from different
let me
clients
just
on?
blow your mind with this.
Do it. Just say it, baby.
PlayStation Now, right?
Yeah.
You can stream PlayStation 3 games on anywhere. You can stream it on your TV with just a controller, right? Imagine a future where you buy a TV and then you buy a controller and you just stream your PlayStation 5 stuff to it.
Awesome.
Nail in the coffin.
Just blank. Sorry. Go for it.
So it's basically there is no console. The console is in the cloud. It's a thing out there. You buy a controller for your TV and you just do what I'm doing here. I'm just playing a controller on a TV and I'm playing Destiny. That's the future of home gaming consoles, and that makes sense because you still bought something. Sony can still sell you something. They can sell you a TV that works with their stuff. But how does that work with portable gaming consoles? Like, how do you leave? You have to play your portable gaming console on something. You can't stream it to your mind. Not yet, anyways. It's on PS9.
Stream it.
Tap into your central nervous system. So we take our phones everywhere. And we've already basically taken everything else out of our pockets and put our phone in there.
Yeah.
So I think that's what his point is.
Is that it's going to be on the phones now?
That because we take our phones everywhere, that gaming is just going to shift to the phones. And in theory, I agree, because that is kind of the way that entertainment is changing and kind of sculpting into. What I don't agree with, and I think the biggest hurdle, is control. And if control is going to be the deciding factor, then that means we will no longer see half of the games that we play on portable gaming consoles on the portable gaming console, on the phones or the tablets, because it just won't work. People won't play it. No one's going to play Borderlands with touch controls.
Nobody plays Borderlands on a portable console anyway. We saw how that worked out with the Vita.
That's like playing fucking Dragon Warrior on a phone.
Okay,
Yeah, exactly.
no one's going to
Don't
play competitive multiplayer in Destiny on a touchscreen.
No. Half of this is probably the grandiose nature of it. I want to see it as a movie. I want to see what I'm doing, and I don't want to see it on a PSP or the slightly better Vita. Like, I want a screen for it. Partially, I just want I prefer a console experience for it.
Okay, so what about like a dedicated controller? So he brought this up and he said Bluetooth controllers, like portable, collapsible Bluetooth controllers, which I kind of laughed at first because I was in the moment. But now, the more that I think about it, I'm just trying to play devil's advocate here because I'm not really sure where I land on this at this point. But say you got something like a 3DS, right? 3DS clamshell opens, the controls are all in there, all that good stuff. What if you just made a really thin controller that closed in over on itself or collapsed,
right?
That you can just carry the controller in your pocket, and if you want to play something, you just controller.
Like the MOBA controller?
No, the MOBA controller is kind of dumb. MOBA controller is just like an Xbox.
Who holds my phone while I
360 controller?
so I
Yeah,
can see what the hell I'm doing.
It's like a 360 controller with a big giant phone mount, like a car phone mount on
Right,
it.
but like if you have the Bluetooth one where I set this just like this,
Yeah, this is,
where do I set it? The kickstand's gonna make a resurgence here on phone?
kickstands will make a resurgence.
We both had a kickstand on our phones at one point in time, Ryan. It was
did.
fantastic.
I didn't.
You had a Thunderbolt.
No, I didn't. I had an Incredible.
You had the Incredible. The Incredible had a kickstand, didn't it?
No. It wasn't that incredible.
Oh. I don't even remember.
You pull
Anyway,
your transformer out of your pocket, and then it takes over Chicago for the first time.
damn it.
That was abated. Yeah. It's... Well...
Yeah.
Streaming a full game in real time. We missed it from earlier. I was responding on the thing, but They said she Beta argues that the internet over the United States is nearly good via
It's not.
good enough via
That's another part of the
Wi-Fi.
puzzle too.
Said it's doing well enough
Internet's-
with they're doing Google Fiber, but even then, it's probably not nearly enough. So
Google Fiber will not reach state
right,
the entire United States probably until like the next 5 to 7 years. If that.
5 7 years is generous,
Yeah, that's super
That
generous.
is super generous.
I'm hoping we get it here in 5 to 7 years.
right? And this is an affluent area, Roseville.
Yeah.
You gotta, you
We're
do gotta
right
keep
next to
in-
Sacramento,
You gotta keep in
so,
mind
like-
that the new rules do go into effect next month.
Well, and we're richer than Sacramento, so
That thing. So that means they could technically pop up faster if they wanted to, but I don't think Google has the
Resources.
capital to do that.
yeah.
So, but
Well, you think they don't?
They do. They just
They don't
They
want
just
to.
won't do
They're not
it.
going to dedicate it
Google
there.
Fiber
No.
needs to swoop in and save us all. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Google, I know you're listening.
No, streaming a full game in real time would be a fucking challenge to say the least. An improbability to say.
Well, streaming already exists. Streaming works. You can stream a full game, so you can sit down and you can play Uncharted over Wi-Fi from your PS4, which your PS4 does no processing. The processing is all done remotely on a PS3 somewhere else,
Right.
and it works. And something only requires that you have 5 megs down to do that. Most places you can get 5 megs down. That's not asking a lot out of your internet, but.
That's what I'm referring to with the new rules. Their ISPs no longer have city holds anymore
Yeah.
with the new FCC rulings about net neutrality. So
We got net neutered.
they got net neutered.
Right.
We were
But again,
We
like,
were the winners.
we were the winners.
the
Our wieners.
the bottom line of back to the original topic point of like tablets. Are we going to be playing Destiny on tablets? Are we going to play Super Mario Brothers on tablets?
No.
So where do those games go? Do we just not play those games portably anymore?
Well, because okay, so before you were talking about on tablets with the slightly the controller that you would need to have Bluetooth, along with it, you need to slingshot it.
Yeah.
Because nobody will play it if we've argued that nobody's going to play it on the tablet itself because it's a piss poor controller.
I don't want to cut you off, but I want to answer her question.
Go for it.
The FCC ruling states that cable providers do not have to do last mile unbundling, which means that if a startup ISP comes to them and says, "Hey, we want to lease out your lines," the ISP can say, "No, we don't want to lease our lines out to you."
Right.
But it will prevent ISPs from locking in areas. So if an ISP startup with enough money comes into an area, they can start their own up and build their own infrastructure if they want to. So if Google Fiber came to town and everybody paid them enough money, say here in our town, then they
Roswell, California.
they could start up their own thing and build their own infrastructure, which would cost a lot of money and is less likely than being able to lease out lines.
Sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So if they come to you and they're just like, "No, we don't want to lease it to you," that's still a thing. But yeah. Anyway, continue, Pepper. I'm sorry.
I don't know where I was. Oh, that's the fucking thing. Like you'd have to slingshot it together with a controller, which
Me as well.
most people, I think, the common man is on board with that. We feel like that was a victory for.
Well, the net neutrality.
Yeah, they said that they're all for it. Yeah, having to slingshot it seems
huge
like.
ISPs are pissed, man. They're just like, "Man, we can't rule with an iron fist anymore. What are you talking about?"
Yeah. Yeah. Which is good. Taking more power away from old rich white dudes who have nothing to do with any of this anyways is I'm all about. I know, there's 4 fucking guys here, but I don't want to stand up on a soapbox and take over forever, but I will issue this one. I think that's improbable. The slingshotting the controller, not that they can't do it, but it starts to feel like some of that separation between having to change a disc or having to the more steps you put in the way of doing that in the way of the gaming thing. I think less people will get on board. Like, oh, I have to put a controller and pair that to it, and now the controller's not working and whatever else, and you have if it's not on the one piece itself, I think people will be like, no, fuck that. I won't play it. But if you put it on there and it's not intuitive, which it won't be if they use that, they could make a new controller thing, but it's got to be touchscreen compatible and it's got to be precise. So
we can't be a monopoly anymore. What?
nay.
So what if...
Said, what was it, Rockefeller and Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae?
There's a video online, I forget what it's called, but basically it's like your internet service provider. Like, you can go fight yourself, or you'll get what we give you, kind of thing. And it's just like, it's called an oligopoly, and it's completely legal. It's just like, we'll get, fuck you.
Comcast.
You'll get what we give you.
Comcast
You can oligobble our balls.
Took anyone. No, yeah.
Time Warner Company.
Time Warner Cable.
Cabal.
Well,
Yeah.
Their whole shit on that. We don't compete, so we can buy it.
Okay, so riddle me this then. Say, let's fast forward.
Dang, you got way up there, dude.
Riddle me this, Batman. 6 is 30 when the time's 5. My new favorite noise.
So,
Get him in the ass, Batman. No.
okay, so say there's an app, like a dedicated app for Nintendo that you download in the future, right?
Sure.
It's the Nintendo app. From the Nintendo app, the eShop is available, and you can download basically all your games.
Does it have more games than 7?
Yes.
Awesome. I would like to see shop.
So it has all the games available there. So a new game comes out, new Super Mario game comes out. It's being distributed through the eShop in the Nintendo app. You go there, you buy it, you spend $20 on it, whatever. You download it to your phone, and then it's there. Now you can play it with touch controls because it's on a phone, and it's got built-in touch controls because it's a thing and it has to be. But you could also play it with a controller as well. So now you always have your 3DS in your pocket at all times. Maybe you don't always have your controller in your pocket, so you have to play with touch controls, but you always have the game available there, right?
Sure.
And then sometimes you carry your controller with you so that you can actually play it the way that you want to play it. That's the way it is right now with your 3DS. Sometimes you have your 3DS with you, and you can actually play it. Sometimes you forget your 3DS or you can't carry your 3DS, so you just don't play it. So it...
but they're looking to improve the future. Well, are they?
I'm still on the fence on this because I don't know if this is a good thing or not. I don't know if this is going to... Because, like, you could put Fire Emblem out.
You could.
Through that service, and then Fire Emblem is now available. It's the same game. It would be limited by... And okay, so that's where the problem comes in.
Fucking exactly on that one, too. We'll get to that in a sec.
Dedicated gaming consoles allow developers to know their hardware, so portable gaming consoles will turn into PC. Because games will come out, and then you can't run them if you don't have a new enough device, which is already happening with Android devices.
Right. Well, logically, I could see it happen. There's already a business model up for it. Like, that exists.
Yeah.
It becomes... And it's a fairly successful one if you ask Steam. Like...
Well...
They're just like, yes, we're enjoying lots of money.
I'm not saying that PC gaming is bad, or by any means. There are plenty of people who play PC games.
Sure.
Like to build their own PCs and keep up with the times with what PC games are. And that's a whole nother topic, and that's perfectly okay. But we're talking about people who buy dedicated consoles.
Specifically for that reason.
There are...
I don't want to keep a PC.
Millions and millions of people. There were 80 million PlayStation 3s and 80 million 360s sold within that generation.
Right.
80 million of those things.
160 million, not people, but consoles sold.
Right. That's a lot of consoles. So there's definitely a market. People want to hook up something simple to their TV that they don't have to worry about buying, video cards for. They just want to plug it in like a DVD player and start playing. So
and have some of those exclusives to come through if you want to play Last of Us.
Right. That's a driving factor as well. But that's like the portable console. When you go to make a game on the 3DS, it's the 3DS. Although I guess you could argue Xenogears.
Right.
It's only available on the new 3D new DS 3 new.
I believe you mean the Xenoblade.
Whatever.
Whatever.
Same game, same difference.
You'll buy it. I like this. And then you buy a new phone and lose all your fucking games because you sold the other one first.
Right.
Just like it is now. So you need to tie that shit to an account that you own and you...
That's what that Nintendo app would be.
Okay.
So the Nintendo app would have all of your games and all of your account settings, your game saves, and all that stuff in the Nintendo app in the cloud.
Right.
So you buy a new phone, and then you download the Nintendo app again, and then it's just all there. You re-download the games you want to currently play, but everything else is in the cloud that you've already previously purchased.
Yeah.
And when you want to play them,
That sounds too logical for Nintendo.
Also, technically, consoles don't update themselves until the new generation comes out. Neither do PCs. Games outdate.
so while this theory also makes sense, it's also
Fucking Far Cry.
brings up the question of innovation. So
Yeah.
like with Nintendo doing the whole dual screen thing and the games that we got because of dual screen.
You mean the DS?
Right. What that all goes away.
Right.
Like you can't do DS games.
All those innovative. Well, how does that work for the other stuff though? If you've innovated the Wii U or something like with touch controls,
all
that
innovation
Wii
was
shit
good.
is
I'll give you that.
kind of out the window. Like, if you loved Wii Bowling, you kind of shit out of luck right now because it exists on the Wii only. So they'll probably just they'll have to retrofit other games. Oh, you want another Mario and Luigi
You're
whatever?
fucking insane, dude. What are you even? What sorcery is this? I'm just sitting here watching you kill everything.
Did you ever talk to Ryan?
I've done this strike once or twice.
And then remember how he said he's got 6 hours devoted to Destiny every day?
Right.
Pretty complex.
This is what it goes to.
Jeez, man.
I don't know. I don't see it going well. They'll always figure something out though. They'll figure out some bullshit thing that won't make everybody happy, but will be fine enough to keep the company alive and whatever.
How are you not dead? He asked a good question. Fucking Leroy Jenkins over here.
I'm working with a level 20 character over here with no guns. I'm using all green stuff.
Yeah, how are you not dead? That's the... You've only got a level 20 with greens. How did you survive?
I have no idea.
It's not even equipment at this point in time, it's your skill as a player.
Many hours of Destiny.
I guess.
Hey, there's an engram. It's green, though. That's not going to help you out. It's a pulse rifle. Actually, that is going to help you out because you have a white pulse rifle.
It's not.
And that's actually somewhat relevant pulse rifle, or scout rifle.
Your other one's cooler sounding, though. It's called Midnight.
Yeah, but I use scout rifles.
Oh. So fuck it.
It's going to help me right now.
Baited, you're a cool male or female.
Like the entire system.
So, has this conversation just kind of derailed because of my crazy...
Well, there's no...
Slightly.
I don't think we've ever formed a solid opinion on it, what do we think they're going to do, because there is no... I can't, tell you the Nintendo business model going forward.
You can't budge it.
There you go. You're a cool dude, Baited. I can't tell you
He
the...
has to win there.
Get a big banner! I can just tell you what I think they're going to do because of what they tend to do. But then you throw this, hypothetical, games on, on a market shit that's only on tablets, and immediately my jerk gut reaction for Nintendo is to be like, no, they never. They're like...
Nintendo's too stuck in old ways.
Yes, that's the reason I would say they would never.
And unless they switch out their current heads, for what they
Yeah.
I don't want to wish anything bad on it, but it almost seems like lately is that Iwata, and no offense to Mr. Miyamoto, because holy shit has he given us memories and everything over the course of the last
That doesn't excuse everything he does.
30 years. But I almost feel like as if they're holding the company back. They do great things.
Sure.
They do fantastic things, but
If I hadn't heard
also
the literal translation of Nintendo, something to do with heaven or something like that, I would think it meant tradition or stubbornness.
But it's just they're stuck in tradition.
Yes.
It's just they need to have new blood come to that company and take over some stuff.
I was gonna say how much we think a part of that culture is, but no, Sony. I mean,
It's just they don't they have their things and they don't have to adapt. That's the thing, because they are successful even when they're not.
right?
They will have their franchises that will sell. They could be bleeding money and still be good,
Sure.
but they don't have to be.
Yeah. I don't know if they do some kind of thing. This seems like taking away one of their options, though, because the 3DS was part of what was keeping them alive during, experiments in other systems, right?
You
The
do
Wii
have
U
to be
and-
worried about new blood screwing everything up, Baited, but I don't necessarily. If they actually played their cards right and went about it carefully, then we could have some good stuff. But
Fucking Mortal Kombat or Destiny? Fuck, man, look at you
punch
go.
to win.
Boom. Fuck your
Nope.
couch.
How are you not dead?
Right? That was amazing. Think about
Dude, I
New
know
Blood.
this strike like the back of my hand.
Think about New Blood screwing everything up. That's also true, kind of.
Yeah. That's also
Exactly. That's also true. Yeah, fucking Batman. Yeah, New Blood fucking everything up. But still, like we've had the old blood in here for so long and stagnating that do we want to just take a chance on putting somebody else in? Like,
Yeah, that is like we're kind of better off trying somebody else for a little while.
because if we know for the past 30 years, if we know the future of the next 30 years from the past 30 years, they want to keep it the same.
Well, change.
I would put somebody in and watch Nintendo sink before churning out the same shit that they're going to do and already know what they're going to do and half-ass or fail or, you know.
Change is also good because you got to think about too the PlayStation 3 era when that was being shoved into the ground.
Yeah.
That was under Ken Kutaragi, and when Ken Kutaragi stepped down and Kaz Hirai took over, he was just like, "Oh man, we're gonna take away this Spider-Man font and stop calling this a Blu-ray player and start actually selling video games on it." Like that's
dumb.
worked out pretty well for them so far, right? And same thing with Microsoft recently. You know, freaking. Tom Cruise left, and now we have Phil Spencer.
Don't Matrick! He left to go to Zynga, and he just left Zynga.
Yeah.
He's
I don't
just
think he wants or needs a job anymore.
Well, I didn't realize this ship was already sinking. I gotta go, guys.
Right.
What's all this water here? Don't worry about that.
Don't worry about that. It's a leak. We're getting it fixed. I think that's more than a leak.
That's what she says.
Who, Olivia Munn?
Full circle, everybody. Full
Full
circle.
circle.
Comedy comes in threes, audience.
I don't know.
Is this you taking on the tank alone, or are there others helping you?
There are others helping.
Okay. I was like,
No
fuck,
way.
man, you are destroying this
No
thing.
way at this level that I'd be. Oh shit!
That was amazing. I kind of want to see a damage breakdown, how much you've done. Oh, fuck, man.
Yeah, no, he keeps shooting. You gotta watch those lasers.
Yeah, but he's like slowly going after you. Oh.
Goodbye.
Oh my goodness. You're crazy. You are crazy.
No,
No.
he's broken.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't necessarily foresee it coming in the near future, but...
Called it.
If you think this is impressive, you should join me when I'm playing on my account.
He didn't say it was impressive. He just said back to punch.
Dude, I'm a Titan. That's what I do. I punch.
Thanos is a Titan.
There you go. He punches.
He does punch, actually.
That's how you roll.
That was going to be my argument. It's not a sound one. That's how you punch.
Shoulder check.
I don't have an opinion about this anymore. That's why I'm not talking.
Okay, so what do we conclude then? What is the future going to hold? Will there still be portable gaming consoles, or are we going to be playing portable games on our tablets?
No. I mean, maybe
Okay, no.
somewhere in the future, but
That was the answer.
it's not a... No, the peanut butter's the answer. I don't foresee it happening anytime soon. I don't think it's a viable option right now. If they do some cool stuff with the... they put like a control on the bottom, like those shitty analog sticks that people would get along with on the bottom of a tablet, or they start, doing other stuff like that. Maybe more viable, but not in the next 5 to 10 years for me, certainly. I don't even think tablets are going in that kind of gaming direction. They would need to start focusing on that and I would say maybe by the next generation of gaming, if they start going in that direction.
Yeah.
By then, maybe. If they don't, fuck it. We'd probably go past it, and VR's too big, and nobody cares about the tablet gaming anymore.
Yeah.
I'm getting phone calls.
Oh, God. Oh, now. Gunners.
Alright, so
Yeah.
anything else we want to talk about?
We can watch you play Disney.
You can watch me just destroy Septus Prime.
I want to see density.
Density.
Seppico Prime.
This is the wrong grenade for this.
Oh dang! You shot him. You shot him with the grenade.
It feels like he's been right in the face.
You're probably not gonna get anything remotely interesting either with this.
No.
But you said you could get me to 32.
So, anyways, conclusion. Thanks for joining us. This was a new podcast, a new show. I hope
Mopias.
Baited enjoyed it so far. Hopefully,
You were speaking for Baited.
it seemed like I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe he's just like I got
He
nothing
has
else
been
to
watching
do.
us this entire time and commenting.
Yeah.
We greatly appreciate that.
That's true. Yeah, man. And then if you are a stranger that we don't know under like a different. If this is like Jason trolling us or something. If you're not Jason trolling us, we have links to other shit, and then we have a multi-tab podcast and this Twitch stream feed is on all the fucking time. We're trying to make this a podcast, so.
Hey, you got a trophy that I could never
I
get.
got walking tall too for you. I didn't die.
Walking tall.
That's pretty impressive considering.
You
I'm on level
Leroy
20.
Jenkins the entire
Yeah.
thing.
We'll
Was
see
that?
how
Wait,
much
turn
I-
around. Turn around real quick. Is that fucking Mater?
Where?
Right there.
Great.
No.
We'll actually see how much I actually did.
I'm trying to do promo for us, man. What do we have? We had a podcast called Fistful of Potions. Now there's this.
This is the replacement for the Fistful of Potions podcast.
We have this Twitch stream which we do
Does
stuff
somebody know
on.
an Alex O/?
Actually, it's Alex.
Oh,
I know an Alex.
You gotta come a little more specific, Alex.
This is Alex that we know.
Damn it.
It's cool. You can just be ambiguous. It's better that way.
Yeah, it's true. You don't have to identify yourself on the interwebs.
See, Arson was killing it. I didn't kill it nearly as much as he did. You should have been watching his stream.
Don't give them ideas.
Yeah, so we have Multi-Tap Podcast. This is a podcast.
Tap. Well,
This.
YouTube stuff.
Twitch stream.
Yeah, we do video stuff through YouTube.
We have YouTube stuff. We have videos, Ryan rants, and game reviews, kind of.
We do game reviews.
We
on
have
the
a blog, fistful of fop.net
Fop.net.
or fistfulofpotions.com.
Makes it easier. FFOP.net or right on the bottom of the screen.
And Alex has participated in our first live / pre-recorded podcast. For my other podcast is a shoe.
We'll see how I mean, this might turn into 2 episodes.
It might have to.
Yeah.
I don't think YouTube wants 1 episode out of this. Please,
YouTube wants
yeah.
this at all.
Please chop it in half.
You got Jack Diddley from all that, my friend.
Break it down. Burn it down. Burn it down to the ground.
Although this can be leveled up now. This got
What's that?
infusion on it? This has an infusion on it.
Burn it down to the
What is
ground.
infusion?
Damn it. Infusion, when you pick up an orb, you heal yourself.
Make some panels for this page. Don't we have I think we've got links to this page. To
You
the
have
Twitch.
links? I'd like to be able to actually have it built in.
Yeah.
But, we might have got you some boots there, buddy.
Oh, the boat!
The boots with the
Knocking
fur.
boots?
Let's go see what kind of boots we got.
I get a knock boots.
We got knock them boots and see what we got. Yeah, man.
That's it.
Knocking boots. Yeah, man.
Let's do it.
And that's the next episode.
Right.
Knocking boots. ...
So,
Yeah, man.
Knocking boots is already an IGN podcast. We can't do
Oh fuck. No, that's normal boots.
They talk. No. Normal boots is a different thing.
Right.
so.
Knocking boots.
Panels on
Is the
panels on
podcast
Twitch.
all about
Is that what you're
sex?
trying to do? Put panels on Twitch?
Yeah, I definitely gotta work
I would
on
go
the
to a
Twitch
panel
account
on
for
Twitch.
sure.
Welcome to our panel on Twitch.
We should. If people end up like rummaging across our the page here, we should have direction to other places.
Yeah, we gotta clean it up a little bit. We have Piper's awesome Kefka as our. We're not currently streaming right now.
my shit sketch that's just like potions. I retconned it.
Sorry,
in there,
Kefka has broken into our stash again.
Yes.
All right, here we go. This is a really popular thing to do on YouTube right now, so we're gonna just do this live. We are turning in engrams. We have 2 blue engrams that we're going to turn in and see what we get, guys. I'm going to make a video of this just as a parody on YouTube since there's so many. If you try looking this up. There's like millions of Destiny videos of people opening up engrams. There's like a dude that opens up like 100 engrams. Thousands of views on his video. It's ridiculous.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, this could turn into a legendary. Like, it could go from blue to purple, Chris. Do you realize that?
Sure.
If you had purple gear, you'd level up like twice. That's
You're
not
making
true.
my dick rock hard right now.
Could it also go to white?
No, it can
Okay.
only go up. It's going to
Yeah,
be blue.
it can.
Like a penis.
Okay, here we go.
Tune in your engram.
You got a Modalite.
It's a blue.
Damn it.
Get a big banner.
My Bjorner is only getting...
Such a disappointment.
A mode of light, isn't it boots? Or is that just an
It could
icon?
turn into something
I
else.
see.
So turn into a mode of light. If you were to play this more often and like play Iron Banner and stuff like that, that would be an okay thing. But right now, you need a boot. You got green boots. You need blue boots.
Chris, do you have any cookies?
There we go. Ready?
You
I
don't?
can make you some.
You got a fucking strange coin. God damn.
They love giving you currency.
Oh, but we leveled up your Cryptarch. So
Cryptar.
wait, what's only level 2? Do we actually get a package for level 2?
I like that.
She's checking,
Did we
right?
actually get a package?
Whoa, what are these?
No.
Special delivery?
I have no idea.
It's Anthrax, don't open it. It's a digital band.
I don't know what these are.
Get
You
it.
collect them.
It's a gift from a girl that likes Chris.
Special
Fuck
orders.
you.
She saw my big
Okay.
Bjorners, and she wants to touch it.
Wait, it just gives you glimmer.
What?
What the hell is this?
Oh,
Yeah.
Chris paid for a monetary
Paid
pack.
for a hand jam.
Whoa!
Oh, shut.
You just got...
Is that a grenade launcher?
No, it's a machine gun. You just got an against all odds.
That's rad.
I don't know what that means.
That's one of my machine guns that I use as my primary machine guns. You
Okay.
Damn.
You got Rodeo, which is good.
Rodeo.
Grenadier, which is not very good.
Rad. Look at this thing.
You got Perfect Balance, which is okay, I guess. Smart Drift Control gives even more. You got like a super well balanced machine gun. Solar's not really a good choice for this. It's good against wizards,
I'm good against wizards.
but it's super balanced though. Rodeo and Perfect
You are
Balance.
good against vaginas like Sleeve
It's
of Wizard.
Better than anything else you have. Look at this. You're currently using a 211 attack rocket launcher and a 187 attack machine gun.
Hey,
Now
you
you
know
have a
what?
272 attack machine gun.
Good. I'm glad.
Doesn't help you level up any though.
No. GTA 5 is now out on PC.
That it is. See, look at this. Ah, man, why don't these...
I'm justifying to my wife that I can't do groceries tonight, but I totally did laundry.
Nice.
So it's good. It's a trade-off.
Yeah, but I'd rather have food than eat.
Yeah.
Than eat
You'd rather have food than
clothes.
eat clothes. I don't want to eat your dirty clothes. Please go grocery shopping.
Damn it.
You're amazing, Chris.
Thoughts and musings of a fat person.
I know. This is my fucking trade-off that went through your head that I'm trying to wrap my mind around.
I would rather have food.
You don't need to go grocery shopping where you gonna eat clothes, you dum-dum.
Put that in your milk. Oh wait, you don't have. Go grocery shopping.
You forget if you forget to go grocery shopping, you better put some soap on your laundry for your health. Also, one of our FFOCs recently.
Fucking.
Yeah, and those are also on YouTube.
I
Everybody check
remember
those
when we
out.
fucked.
The fucking were you there?
You remember the hella racist one that we did on Infamous?
It wasn't racist. The game was racist.
She's so primal
Seattle's
because she's
black.
Oh, God.
No, the fucking one with me, you, and James. We did the Daria thing, and then we all went at the same instantly
Yeah.
to get the ball out.
You are jumping on boxes.
My name is Arnold. Slide. The butt slide's awesome.
Well, yeah.
Well, this show really petered and died.
Yep, I think that's it, guys. I think we're done with the show.
Go climb a tree.
I'm gonna end the
Try
show.
to negotiate.
You're not supposed to be doing this, so it's a little tricky.
They didn't make the tree to climb.
No, they're just like, yeah, here's a tree you can climb. No.
These developers are the opposite of God. I feel like he did make trees to climb.
Right.
Wait, there's like leaves and shit on it now.
Oh shit.
There's always been leaves and shit on it.
Right.
Oh. They changed it. It used to
No.
be easier to climb.
They changed things.
No, sir. Trees have always had leaves.
They changed. They made it so that they didn't have no tree leaves.
Wait, these trees have leaves. That's not normal.
I don't know about your trees.
They're supposed to have fur.
When I make trees in Minecraft, they never have leaves.
Make like a tree.
And trunk.
Anyway,
Get the fuck out of here.
that's it for us tonight. Thank you, Ryan.
We'll be back next Monday because we usually do this right about the same time.
Thank you, Piper,
You're welcome, sweetheart.
for joining me.
Next week, join us for a little
Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Krambats.
Mortal Croutons.
We're gonna
X.
have some awesome trivia.
Well, Mortal Croutons with a K.
Yes. X.
We're gonna test Piper and Chris on how well they know Mortal Kombat. I'm on top of the tree.
I can give you a spoiler alert
I
right
do
now.
know that Scorpion is the blue ninja.
Oh my goodness.
Sub-Zero is the red one.
Miss
Because
Lippy's car.
The bottom of the
is
thermometer
green.
is red when it's all the way frozen.
I do know.
Smoke is the yellow one.
I do know that
There's no
Raiden is actually Christopher Lambert.
Right. Can only be one.
Right.
There can only be something.
Or Lambert, depending on if you're a fucking Philistine.
Wow, it's so
Or not.
upset about that. So violent.
Don't come at me with all your tomato shit.
Anyway, I'm your host, Chris. Or I was your host, Chris. Ryan kind of took it over in the second half. But whatever, that's what we do here. It's fine. Thank you for joining us for my other podcast, Is a Shoe. Episode 1 and potentially 2. And we'll see you next week. We'll see you next week for some Mortal Kombat X action.
Bye.
That failed miserably.
I'm recovering from sickness and my laughing sounds like an old man dying.
It's endearing.
Those boots do not look conducive to it's endearing.
He's a robot, so whatever.
Boots and pants and boots and pants and
Boots and pants and boots and pants and boots and pants and
boots and
boots and